Ladies and gentlemen, main event here tonight at XFC 30, Conflict of Interest, is coming up right now. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 65.5 kilograms. He fights out of Jackson Wing MMA and Note Martial Arts, Sunshine Coast, Queensland. He is undefeated with a pro record of 4 wins and no losses. Please welcome Bevan O'Malley. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 65.8 kilos. He fights out of Westside MMA and Nova Union Australia, Melbourne, Victoria, with a pro record of 22 wins, 9 losses and 1 draw. Would you please welcome to XFC, Rodolfo, the Nightmare Marques.
Okay, gentlemen, wait for the rules upstairs. Make sure you listen to my cup. Give yourselves all the time. One touch gloves, do it now. Just ready, boys, for the belt. Good luck.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the man in charge of our main event tonight is, of course, Mr. Peter Hippot. And we are scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Here we go, round 1.
Welcome to our main event, fight 21 of the evening, 21 fights tonight. This is for the featherweight title, 5x5 rounds. Rodolfo Marques in the red corner with the red gloves. Bevan O'Malley in the blue corner. Damien, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, we've seen Shane Young get injured a few weeks back, and he vacated the belt.
Very unfortunate. I would have loved to seen Shane Young back in here. He's been an OG of the XFC scene, but unfortunately he didn't meet the contract obligation, so he vacated that belt. But in his place, we have the old bull and the young bull, Marques with all the experience and the new kid to the MMA scene, but he's certainly not a new kid to the fight scene, Bevan O'Malley. Probably one of the most phenomenal strikers in Australian MMA.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that heavy striking background, like 28 Muay Thai fights. You can see how calm he is in there. I mean, it's not his first rock show.
Look at those eyes too of O'Malley. You know, he's switched on tonight, so it'll be very interesting. He's been doing a lot of work out there at Jackson Wink MMA. He's got the Noke boys in his corner tonight. This is going to be a very interesting affair. Marques, the wily fox.
Yeah, I mean, we also see Marques up here at featherweight. Normally, I believe he's normally a bantamweight. But you know, he's started to make a bit of a name for himself in the Australian scene over the last couple of years. Fighting out of Westside MMA down in Melbourne with Gustavo Falcaroli in his corner.
Yeah, Gustavo Falcaroli, definitely, arguably one of Australia's best bantamweight fighters. Marques has fought a bantamweight, but he is the former king of the featherweight division. Probably his most notable fight was when he did go the distance with Bibiano Fernandez.
I didn't know that. There you go.
You'll learn something new every day.
That's correct. Marques taking this camp on just a couple of weeks' notice.
Yeah, real warrior. You know, to replace Shane Young, there's some big shoes to fill.
Probably, you would think would be keen to get the fight to the ground. Happy to strike for now, but you'd think he'd be keen to get the fight to the ground.
Yeah, we've seen this happen before with O'Malley. I think it was the last one that we called. This is the last guy in the world you want to stand up and trade with at this point of the fight. If he can take him to the ground, let's test out O'Malley's ground game. Now, in saying that, he's been training out of Jackson Wink MMA in the States.
You can tell that leg kick hurt. Marques with the stumble.
And you can hear the crowd here, they're really lighting up. Big inside leg kick. Marques looking to put some heat on those punches too.
He was definitely throwing his weight behind that leather.
Marques walking forward. He's got to keep that guard up.
You see Marques has significantly changed his stance from a longer sort of stance to a more upright stance now. Those kicks starting to take their toll. He's trying to check them.
With this Westside MMA crew, I would be thinking one of the game plans I'd be looking at would be to wait for O'Malley to overcommit and then take him down and then test him off his back. Marques has to use that experience.
Nice left hand there by Marques.
But to this point, he is doing very well.
He's not really looking for the takedown off him or anything. He's happy to strike.
And maybe that's part of the game plan. You know, we do talk about that sometimes with fighters, is let's not give away the fact we want to go to the ground. Let's stand there and trade. Let's make him feel comfortable and think that's where we want to be. And then we can start taking him down and then see what he's got.
And there he goes.
And that's pretty much what he's about to do. If he can suck those hips out now.
He's left it to very late in the round.
Crossed both hands. And O'Malley doing not a bad job at defending. But eventually ends up on the cage.
Plenty of the crowd here tonight to support O'Malley, being a local guy from the Sunshine.
O'Malley, the local boy. There is 10 seconds to go. O'Malley back to his feet. Now that's an important thing, Damien. He did get back to his feet quite easily there, so you can see that he has been working on that. O'Malley and the Fighters Worldwide Clothing shorts. They've been a terrific sponsor to this event and to lots of fighters around Australia and New Zealand. Marques takes centre cage.
Hashtag XFC30 on Instagram. Going the draw for some XFC DVDs. Putting on a cracker of a show tonight. All 21 fights have delivered.
And I'm loving this new venue, Damien. I absolutely love it. I know the crowd loves it. Yes. And it gives the crowd a really good platform. And there's Marques with a big takedown.
Marques gets that takedown. And he's into mount almost. Figure four in those legs.
O'Malley now, he's got to compose.
And I'm sure everyone's wondered what will happen when O'Malley gets on the ground. So it'd be good to see. Where he goes from here. Looks like he's working towards the cage. Use it to get up. Marques working on the elbows. Won't be the first time that Bevan's faced the elbows.
No, but definitely in a different position though. Bevan doing a good job scrambling here, and a great job nearly getting to his feet there. Marques still has a very dominant position on the cage and still has a position to go high crutch and take him down again.
Yes, he's staying. He's got good pressure, staying on him.
Just trying to push those hands around and grasp. Bevan doing a really good job at his body height here. You can see the weight that he spread his legs apart. He's doing a very good job defending this takedown. But Marques using a nice little trip there, using that experience and taking him down off the cage.
Marques doing a great job of putting the fight where he needs it.
Marques locking up those ankles here.
No point whatsoever standing with a guy that's had 28 Thai fights when you got such a high level black belt.
And the crazy thing is, though, he did, Damon. He was very competitive in that first round with his stand-up.
I agree. He looked comfortable there. He took some heavy leg kicks, but he definitely looked comfortable there.
And to say that you looked comfortable against a guy like Bevan O'Malley, well, that's a medal on your chest. But as suspected, Rodolfo now really using that experience, taking it to the ground. This is what you've got to do against a guy like Bevan O'Malley. O'Malley back to his feet. The crowd are going bananas.
Well, we all know that wrestling takes a little more out of you, ties you down a little bit. So we'll see if Marques can, get those takedowns and put that pressure on for 5 rounds.
Has it taken any of the sting out of O'Malley's punches or kicks, though? And O'Malley got dropped at that point, straight back though.
Big left hand from Marques there.
And O'Malley smiling.
There may be a little slip. definitely caught him properly, caught him solid. Maybe a little slip, but a little bit of moisture in the corner over there. O'Malley looking to set up a guillotine here.
Yeah, Marques
really
looking to transition a little bit lower on those legs.
Really make a statement.
Pull him off that cage.
Make a statement, submitting the black belt, wouldn't it? In the local scene.
It certainly would, especially with a standing guillotine.
He'd love that. He needs to let it go now and start working on getting up.
Now, this is very tiring from this position. And for a striker, this is not the position he necessarily wants to be in. Again, he has been doing a lot of work out at Jackson Wink, so I'm sure he's no stranger to this, and I'm sure this is what he's been working on.
Okay, it's interesting to see that Marques stepped straight into half guard. I mean, he didn't want side control.
Marques has that forearm across his face at the moment. I think he's looking to maybe drop some elbows at some point as well. The crowd now starting to chant Bevan. They want their local kid to get back up. They want to see him emerge as the new champ. O'Malley looks like he'll get out the back though.
Marques goes for that armbar.
He has to load up now and pull it out.
Bevan's got his elbow clear of the crotch now.
That's where a little bit of experience can come in handy. O'Malley has to move. He had to get out of there.
It's interesting that he threw that kick and the referee's calling it on the chest.
Rodolfo now got his back on the cage.
Rodolfo,
and he's leading with some big right-handed jabs.
He's happy to strike here with Bevan.
Ooh, a little one after the bell. That was just instinct.
We have got a fight on our hands.
And for the first time, Bevan O'Malley has been dragged into deep water. Well, the first time in his MMA career anyway.
Everybody loves the underdog, and so does Logan Moore. If you've got one in the bumper or taken one on the tailpipe, then you need to talk to the team.
Damo, what do you reckon the Note boys will be telling Bevan O'Malley right now?
No problem.
Plan A is not working. O'Malley drawing in some deep breaths.
Rodolfo looking reasonably
Course
fresh.
is main event scheduled for 5-minute rounds.
Round number 3. XFC 30, and we have a fight on our hands. Rodolfo Marques takes center cage. O'Malley fires back.
Rodolfo actually pushing forward, taking the center cage and moving forward, which is interesting. Bevan tenders in his last 4 fights tended to almost make his opponents nervous before he even hits them. Certainly. And he goes forward, stays calm, picks his shots, and then puts them away.
Where at the moment we're almost looking at Bevan there. You can see he's almost a little bit flat-footed at the moment.
Yeah,
he's got to regain. He's got to get his rhythm back.
Just taking the bounce out of his step.
He's far from being gassed, but he's got to find that rhythm again. He's got to keep that distance, and he's got to use those angles.
Well, I think he's got to be worried about the takedowns now, right? I mean, he hasn't been taken down in any of his fights.
The last thing he wants to do is overcommit and end up on his back again. And he's telegraphing a lot of stuff now. Maybe start to take a deep breath, compose, and get those combinations working.
He's breathing heavy.
Punches in bunches.
Mouth is wide open, but he's still dangerous, as you can see. Could we see an upset here tonight?
This would be one of the biggest upsets.
Rodolfo.
Not that the fight beforehand wasn't an upset, but this would be a huge upset, especially with Marques taking this fight on 2 weeks' notice.
Rodolfo's looking comfortable.
And there he goes.
And you just see there, he stepped in with that elbow, got his feet caught together.
Read it perfectly.
And Rodolfo read it, and he hit the takedown. Passes into half guard now. Big elbow.
Now, will he start doing some damage with elbows from that top position?
Well, Bevan's been using that like knee slice.
He's got that back as well if he wants it now.
Bevan needs to be careful he doesn't give up his back here.
Marques will look to pass his ankles across
some strikes from there. And he's got that leg lace from the back as well. I love that. Guys lace the shin. Marques with the second hook now. He needs to come on top and flatten him out. Marques off to the side. Needs to be careful. He doesn't end up on his back here.
Marques picking his moment. And he's made a fundamental mistake there. O'Malley will probably want to stand from here.
Yeah, I think he'll land some kicks and maybe take his time and get a breather. Looks like he's going to come into his guard.
Marques is inviting him to come into his guard, I think, at the moment. O'Malley does not want to fall for that trap. You see, he's setting up a trap, and this could be a little bit dangerous. Marques looking for that ankle.
He's looking for the toe hold there.
And now we have O'Malley on top. Who would have thought? Marques, though, still extremely dangerous off his back.
Of course. High-level grappler. O'Malley happy to roll with him here.
When you're playing around with a black belt, you need to be very careful. O'Malley right now swimming with sharks.
I just think that, it's nice to see him, he's showing off his training. It's nice to see that he's happy and he's comfortable. He's letting people know that, hey, listen, I don't care where you're graded. Man, I've been training with the best in the world. And
O'Malley looking to lock that ankle. He wants to put that foot up behind his knee. He's now trying to move into a mount position. And O'Malley, he let him stand up there, which I think was a very smart idea.
Yeah, I think he was starting to play with leg locks and maybe getting himself into a little deep water there.
Yeah, maybe a territory he just didn't need to take the punt on. When you're rolling around with a black belt, you are throwing a coin up in the air.
Maybe Rodolfo trying to put an exclamation mark on this
10
round.
seconds here remaining here in round 3.
Rodolfo transitioning low, looking for those legs. O'Malley defending quite well. Rodolfo there with a bit of spinning elbow that just missed.
Close round. Rodolfo obviously controlling the better part of it, but O'Malley finishing strong, maybe leaving a bit of an impression on the judges. They get caught out. XFC, hashtag XFC30 tonight on Instagram to win yourself some XFC DVDs.
Do it now, jump on now. We're nearly through this fight. You have a few minutes remaining. Get on XFC30 hashtag, win some DVDs.
We are in the championship rounds.
Round 4 of this featherweight battle. Marques still looking quite fresh.
He's definitely still got a bounce to his step. Bevan looking heavy on his feet at the moment.
Bevan a little bit flatter footed than I've ever seen him thus far. Marques coming in strong when he does.
Marques landing some good strikes. I'd like to see Bevan, there we go. I was just about to say I'd like to see him go back to those kicks. That first round he was landing some solid kicks.
Yeah, he's leaving his feet planted when he comes in, and that's let Marques get this takedown. Marques will take him where he wants.
He gets him right to his corner. He's inside control.
O'Malley in deep water.
Gustavo in his corner.
Marques now got that forearm across the face and looking to dump some short elbows.
You can see Rodolfo's corner letting him know.
And Rodolfo has taken O'Malley over to his corner. Marques looking very composed.
And he's in the mount. Looking to set up that head arm. Bevan doing a great job of
Yeah,
defending
he's
that.
got his head on the right side too.
Bevan's got his other arm stuck.
This will be interesting.
By the leg.
This will be interesting. Does he have that head arm choke?
Bevan's actually just
Peter Hickmont in a very good position here.
Bevan's actually just pulled it on for him. Rodolfo needs to take his shoulder back and drive it up under the chin.
Get on your feet!
This is Rodolfo's favourite move too.
It is.
He loves the arm triangle.
Bevan's doing a great job of defending it here, and he's got some separation. Good job by Bevan there.
What a great job by Bevan O'Malley.
But Marques will look to set it up again. Bevan scrambling.
Fantastic scramble by O'Malley.
Gotta be careful he doesn't give up his back here. And
He hasn't. He's actually reversed the position. He's going to have to watch for a rubber guard. He's going to have to watch for attacks off. He's going to have to watch for that back. Good move by O'Malley. He's got to come forward. He needs to put some combinations together now. Those arms are heavy. What can he do?
He's turning into a dirty fight. I mean, he's been technical in his last 4 and he's got away with it. And now he's got to dig deep and he's doing just that. He's looking for elbows. Rodolfo looking tired, but he's still landing those strikes. He's happy to hang in there.
Both boys breathing heavy. Rodolfo as well, looking a little bit flatter now in that latter round of the 4th. 1 minute 40 to go. Who wants to be the featherweight champion of XFC? O'Malley showing a lot of heart. Both boys happy to trade toe-to-toe. Rodolfo now maybe looking for a takedown.
Rodolfo definitely tired, but he's getting that clean shoot. Imagine that he would try to get that takedown there.
Rodolfo looking to transition low. He's happy here. He's happy here. He's got hold of that leg. 1 minute to go. And O'Malley now starting to pile on some punches. Rodolfo's going to have to change position. He's going to have to stay active. There's that experience, Rodolfo. Beautiful reversal.
That was a nice switch for Rodolfo. Reversing the position, showing his experience and dropping elbows now.
Short elbows.
Both guys extremely tired in this 4th round.
These short elbows can do a lot of damage.
Be interesting to see if Bevan's even got the energy to get off his back now.
This is hard. 30 seconds to go in this round. Rodolfo should finish on top. That's going to bring that into the 5th round if we get there. This is a tough work for Bevan O'Malley, who's been defending a lot of this fight.
Be interesting to see how the judges have got this fight now going into the 5th round. Marques has spent a lot of time on top.
Round 4 ends. Rodolfo Marques on top. The nightmare is looking very good, and we will go into our 5th and final round. Round number 5, XFC 30. We are at our new home at the Logan Metro Sports Centre.
Great main event.
Upon us here in the main event tonight. Round 5.
Listen to that crowd, Damien.
Good
They're really getting
sportsmanship from
behind.
both guys there. Marques checking the kick. Still looks reasonably fresh. He looked tired at the end of the round. Just be careful dropping. Nice stiff jab.
Now, one would think that Marques would just try and protect this lead.
Well, you'd think so, but you can't protect a lead against a guy that can strike like that, you know what I mean? Like,
and if you thought O'Malley was dangerous before,
Marques has done a
you
great
give him
job of
5 minutes and he's got to knock Marques out. Let's see how dangerous he can be.
Marques has actually done a great job of slipping outside the jab of Bevan and landing that straight left.
And you can see Marques on his feet now, just moving in and out. He's using feints all fight. Bevan there looking very frustrated. Just looking to swing outside. It's nearly lazy. He's frustrated. He's got to tighten that game up. He can't telegraph like that.
He shot into that takedown.
Marques up against, pinning Bevan up against the cage.
Yeah, I think Marques might use his right leg, step over and suck out Bevan's leg here in a second.
Marques looking to transition low, hunt for those legs. He can clasp his hands behind his backside there. He might just have enough that he can pick him up and dump him somewhere. See, he's moving that right leg under, and there it is.
Great takedown by Marques. He sucked that leg out, and as Bevan defended it and straightened up, he picked him up and put him down.
Perfectly timed.
He is doing a great job of taking the fight to where he needs it.
And again, he's taken the fight right in front of his corner.
Yeah, and you got his fellow Brazilian, Gustavo, is barking the orders at him there. Staying on top of him. You see it on the video there. He's telling him exactly what he needs to do. Bevan's got that underhook. And he's just taking the underhook out. Bevan needed to keep that underhook and start hip escaping, but he's trying to throw some elbows from the bottom here.
It's been a good night for the Melbourne boys so far.
Yeah, I think Rodolfo is looking to step over in the mount now, but he's actually
and he has
doing a great job of staying active enough to keep this fight on the ground.
Marques doing a fantastic job controlling proceedings.
He's crossing his legs there, flattening his hips, making it hard for Bevan to do anything really. Showing his experience, you know.
And Bevan, you'd think, would be nearly too tired. We've got a minute 50 to go. He doesn't have much scramble left in him.
Let's not forget these two guys have had the same amount of fights, just about, you know, all by one or two. But Marques showing his experience in MMA tonight. Still a minute to go, minute 35 to go in this fight, but he's showing the experience that he needs to get himself through this fight.
And he's exposed the holes in O'Malley's game right now.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, you can hear the crowd yelling for a stand-up, but it's hard to stand a fight up when a guy's in mount.
He's in mount, and he's staying extremely busy too. Just doing enough. He's doing everything he needs to do to hold that position.
Setting up that head-arm triangle again. He's a little high. He needs to suck his shoulder back if he wants it.
Yeah, and look at that chin position.
There it is there. You got to give Bevan credit. He's doing a great job of hanging in there with a high-level grappler.
Now looks to be struggling, trying to defend.
He's actually doing a great job. Marques is just taking the weight off him. I'd expect him to step back over in the mount here in a second, but
yeah, Marques
35 seconds
just looking
to go.
for that angle, but he will have to step over in the mount.
And he does. Step back on top. Bevan
and the scramble. What has O'Malley got? 20 seconds to go.
Runs back into that takedown. Just overcommitted there a little bit.
Does he have that punch? Does he have that one punch? He's exhausted. 10 to go. Marques now. He doesn't have to do much. O'Malley has to look for that punch. There it is. He's got one more chance. And there's the bell.
That is the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely fantastic fight. Good to see the Melbourne guys come and give the Queenslanders a bit of a go tonight. A couple of the last fights were fantastic.
It definitely will not hurt Bevan O'Malley being tested so early in his career.
At all. Bevan O'Malley, one of the most exciting prospects in MMA in Australia at the moment. So he'll learn a lot from this. And we go to the judges.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for sticking around for our main event here this evening at XFC 30. The main event for the professional featherweight title here at XFC has gone the distance. And our judges, they've all seen it unanimously in favour of your winner and new featherweight champion, Rodolfo the Nightmare Marques.
Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen.
Rodolfo,
Not a fight.
congratulations. You've fought a brilliant fight against a very tough opponent.
The first thing I'd like to say thanks to Maddie at XFC to give me that opportunity. I got the fight like the short notice. I'm not really like proper for that fight. And Bevan is amazing opponent and amazing fighter. I respect him, not so him just but all my opponents. I'm not here to talk shit and just say thanks for everyone. Come here today, support the MMA show.
Well, you're now the holder, you're now the owner of the XFC Pro Featherweight belt. You're going to have to come back, no doubt. We'd love to see you back on the show.
For sure. I wait for Shane Young. I fought him a long time ago in Melbourne. I think I won that fight, but you know, when you're here, you can't let in the judge's hands. And he got that fight, and then now I think I have opportunity to fight him again. And you see the new nightmare.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the new Pro Featherweight champion here at XFC, Rodolfo the Nightmare Marques. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up XFC 30 right here tonight from the Logan's Metro Sports Centre. Of course, we're going to return on August 19th with XFC 31. We hope you join us for then. On behalf of myself, Jason Bean, and the entire team here at XFC, good night, and we'll see you next time.